Hey, welcome to the attic. I am going to go against my better judgment and try a traditional sealed Strixhaven. 2,000 gems. Let's see if we open a good pool. Very easy to lose gems on this, but it is going to be in the Arena Open format, so let's see. Our rares rushed rebirth. I think that was among the worst rares in terms of win rate. See, they can't even show you all their rares because you can get more than one rare per pack in this set. So this rebirths into a creature. It is instant speed, so it's sort of like a village rights that can go get you a creature. Silverquill command. Now this is all right. Maybe we can build a Silverquill aggro deck here. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying. You could pick two of these options. Return a creature with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's decent. Player draw a card, lose 1 life. That's good. And opponent sacrifices a creature. So there's times you'll want any of those modes. So that's a good command. We also have Witherbloom command. Target player mills 3 cards. Then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Maybe. Rarely, if he's going to go to the deep late game where you want to mill somebody out. Could be useful. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less for 2. Sure. Target creature gets -3/-1. That'll probably also kill something small. And then target opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life, which is not terrible in Witherbloom because you have the life gain payoffs. This is a great card here. The Augmenter Pugilist is almost always, I think, how you're going to play it. It's a 3/3 trample that becomes an 8/8 in the late game when you have 8 lands, 8 or more. And then there's Echoing Equation, which is kind of fun and constructed because you can turn all your creatures into a creature with it. But I don't think in Limited that will come up that often. But you still play it as a green card. Corrosive Grip, destroy artifact or enchantment. Really not that great in this format because there aren't too many powerful artifact or enchantments running around. It's more about the spells and the creatures in this format. And then we have in Lorehold, instant sorcery spells you control have lifelink, which is not bad. And on your upkeep, you can exile an instant sorcery card at random and cast it. So, decent value. Let's see what else we've got in our pool here. I should have looked at the 17 lands data for which are the best in sealed. As of about a week ago, it was Silverquill had the best win rate for sealed. But I don't know if that's changed by now. Certainly we got Guiding Voice. 3 Beaming Defiances. That's interesting. That could actually really help us in 2 Combat Professors. Okay, white is looking pretty strong here. I'm going to expel. White is looking very strong. That's it for our white cards. Blue. I think usually what you want to do probably, I've got a Dark Ritual. So there's our other rare. One of our other rares. Divine Gambit. Probably play that more likely in sealed than other formats. And look for our final rare. Here's the Expanded Anatomy is good. We did not get the one that draws you a land or a colorless lesson. That's too bad. We do have Fractal Summoning. Oh, this is it. Okay. Killian Ink Duelist. Well, that's great. I'm really leaning towards Silverquill because we know we like Silverquill command. We like Killian. The thing, the Rise of Extus is good. We saw. The kiddos are painting toy cars. Does it look like fun? Got the Mana eldest daughter here with us. Okay, Igneous Inspiration is very good. The lands, we have the Pushmari campus, we have the Witherbloom campus, we have the Lorehold campus. So we could consider splashing red. Do like black-white splash red. I think Cram Session would be playable if we played black. So we could also consider splashing green. Because I like this Igneous Inspiration. And we have the Augmenter Pugilist, but we'd have to be heavier green to play that. Professor of Zoomancy is good. Okay, well let's just start putting in all the best cards. Devouring Tendrils. That's a fight spell where you also gain life. It's a bite spell, right? Because it's just a straight up deal damage. That's pretty good. Not for specimens we would play. Eliminate we would play. Agonizing Remorse we'd probably play, right? Because people are going to be playing around their bombs in Sealed. I learned that in Kaldheim. Sealed is a very bomb heavy format. Yeah, in white we have all those. Guiding Voice. Double Combat Professor. Probably would play the Dueling Coach too. Blue Frost Trickster we would play. Play Lash of Malice. We play Unwilling Ingredient. Promising Dusk Mage. I don't know if we play that. Dark Ritual might consider, depending on how many Magecraft triggers we can get. So we play the Lorehold Pledge Mage. Probably have to play the Biblioplex Assistant. And the Team Pennant, for sure. With a triple Eureka Moment, that's interesting. And the Fractal Summoning. And the Elemental Summoning. Triple Prismari Pledge Mage. This is a tricky sealed pool, for sure. Pilgrim of the Ages, Stonerise Spirit. I think I'm still liking black-white here. And then the question is, do we splash something else in? What are we at? So we're at 48 cards just with that kind of thing. I think we have to give up on the Augmenter Pugilist. Professor of Zoomancy. But do we splash in the red for Igneous Inspiration? Maybe not. We can cut the Lorehold Campus. Frost Trickster. We're short on small creatures. So I think Star Pupil actually would come in. The Dueling Coach would come in. And we're missing any. We really got more Lorehold type stuff here, didn't we? Got the Scroll Wielder. Did we ever figure out what our 6th rare was? Silverquill Command we saw. With this Verdant Mastery? Maybe it was that one. I don't think that one was displayed on the opening screen. These mastery spells are kind of meh and limited. I think they're more commandery. Is they, you know, in Commander you might want to be actually helping your opponents in some cases. So for 6 mana, you search your library for 4 basic lands, put 1 at the battlefield tapped. If you paid it for cheap, for 4 mana, you have to give 1 to your opponent. Otherwise, you get to keep them all, I guess. Karak Wrangler looks like it could start to spiral out of control in Limited. Should we consider splashing green? Because we get a Devouring Tendrils. We can bring in Krosan Grip out of the sideboard. We could still do that. Opponent has some really good artifact or enchantment. But I think our goal is just going to be to drop creature, defend it with Beaming Defiance, and try and remove our opponent's stuff. Maybe this Cram Session doesn't get us a whole lot. We're looking at potentially making 5 cuts. The Cram Session to get us, I think we have to get like Pest Summoning. We didn't get an Inkling Summoning, unfortunately. We did get Expanded Anatomy, so if we can keep a creature on board, we'll be in good shape. Not splashing green means we can't go get fractal summoning at some later point in the game. This is the difficulty of sealed. We've got Star Pupil, we've got Unwilling Ingredient, we've got Stonerise Spirit, we've got Killian, we've got Silverquill Apprentice, so I guess that's alright. For an aggro deck, you would want more. There's stuff at the top end that we could Dark Ritual and just really try and like get power stuff out really fast. Reflective Golem's good. Secret Rendezvous. Talk about a card that's just for Commander. Don't play this. One-on-one games, please. Yeah, Hunt for Specimens kind of like getting a creature down. I think we can cut Cram Session. If we find we're needing life in the late game, we'll bring it back in. Look over the menus, Promising Dust Mage, Reflective Golem. We got 15 creatures actually, so that's pretty good. Biblioplex Assistant can be pretty bad. I like Guiding Voice. I like Star Pupil. We'll probably go down a land. We're pretty low curve. Heavier white, so let's cut a swamp. You know what? Let's go 8 and 8. Because we want to hit. We got 2 black-white creatures we want to hit on curve there. This is also best of 3, where you can kind of get wrecked holding back a land. Now the Lord Hold Pledge Mage. That's going to get outclassed pretty soon. Pretty quickly, possibly. Promising Dusk Mage. I'm willing to go down one of those to start with. And then Rise of Exodus at our top end. I don't know. Well, I think we'll try this out and then we'll just maybe maybe completely rebuild this deck. Because this doesn't strike me as like something particularly strong. The Silverquill Command could be good. I guess we want to have enough early creatures, so maybe we cut one of these 4-drops. The Biblioplex Assistant. Like, what are we going to get back? Eliminate. Maybe we'll play ahead of it. Bring back Silverquill Command with it would be pretty good. Reflective Golem with Guiding Voice is a great combo. I could lose Agonizing Remorse. You know what? I don't think we have enough to trigger the Pledge Mage. We're just going to cut that. It's a white-white in our deck. And then we need to cut one more. Maybe we do it down 1 Beaming Defiance. Like having 3 Beaming Defiances might be overkill. Good with the Reflective Golem. Alright, well, let's give that a shot. We'll see. We're playing best of 3. We'll have some sideboarding. Well, that took about 2 minutes to find a match, which is pretty slow for Arena. I guess not a lot of people playing Sealed today. A big shout out and thank you to anyone who's subscribed or people who hit that like button. Small channel, really helps out. We'll be on the play, of course. And a 1-land hand. But we've got to play. We've got 2 plays, actually. I'm going to keep it. This is a risky keep. We can draw a white. And then another white. Seems unlikely, actually. Well, it's got an Inquisition of Kozilek. Not much to take here. They can take the Team Pennant out, I guess. Can't take the Biblioplex Assistant. Inquisition of Kozilek hits most of our deck. They take the Expel. They took the Silverquill Apprentice, okay. Well, we'll get punished here. Can't even equip the Team Pennant. We'll save this. They might try to buff up their Leech Fanatic or something. Okay. Can't really get in a race with them. Can use Biblioplex Assistant to get that back at some point if we ever draw Lance. A big if. Ooh, Silverquill Pledge Mage. Okay, that would have been a better target. Let's go get a Plains. Opponent is thinking they are crazy for keeping a one-land hand. Super aggro. Oof. Yeah, Witherbloom is not necessarily the opponent we want to see here. Okay, well, I feel compelled to play the Plains. I could Biblioplex Assistant here, get back the Eliminate. I think that's my play. Let's send in the Pilgrim at the thing, but I think we'll just go like this. They decide to send their Silverquill Apprentice up in the air. We have a blocker for it. Okay. You're happy to trade there, apparently. Third colony, sure. That does have reach. So, plus up the unwilling ingredient. You just kill the Scurried colony and fly in. Then we have Expel. That's our plan. Yeah, I don't have any blocks. What would I equip? The unwilling ingredient, probably. One land away from bringing this back. Oh, Combat Professor. Beautimus. What do I want to keep back? The Star People? Here's the aggro. One didn't even scry. I think we got him tilted. Alright, well. They might have like a Belladros Witherbloom or something. Clearly they have more power in their deck that they just didn't keep. Now, with all those 2/2s, I think the Promising Dusk Mage gets better, so we'll bring that in. What would we take out? We didn't see any removal, right? Really? So maybe the Beaming Defiance. I mean, that could help us win a combat. dueling coaches get worse. Not sure what I'm taking out here. Unwilling ingredient. Eliminate was good. Agonizing remorse. I do still think they have something big. I don't know. Alright, I'm just going to cut the Promising Decimage again. Just run it back as it is. As it was. We'll see. Opponent likes Witherbloom. Maybe they forced Witherbloom. Maybe they didn't actually have a good Witherbloom pool. They certainly had plenty of early drops. We just we went hard on removal. And that paid off in this case. They could easily have stabilized, in which case we would regret having burned all our removal so quickly. Opponent is going to choose who plays first. They are going first. Yeah, we can keep this. Bit slower of a hand for us, but I'm likely to no point really in getting Team Pennant down this fast. I think we'll just hold up Lash of Malice. They play one of their Leech Fanatics. We'll take it out. Yeah. Okay. We can take the acquisition of conflict. So 1/4, not that scary. Blood Researcher, Devouring Tendrils, huh? They can't take our Spiteful Squad. They could put Pilgrim of the Ages in our graveyard. That's fine. Team Pennant, that's fine. I think we just take the Blood Researcher. That's one of the better cards in Witherbloom. And that was their play next turn. And if your opponent, you probably take the Team Pennant. Maybe take the Pilgrim of the Ages, because then it's, you know, till much later in the game that it comes back. Oh, they took it. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just play the Team Pennant. We'll play the Swamp next turn and the Spiteful Squad. Huh. Maybe we play the Silverquill Apprentice. Now we'll play the Spiteful Squad. Next turn we can play Apprentice and equip the Team Pennant. Opponent had a turn there to kill the Spiteful Squad. They were not able to do it. Let's get another creature down. Put that up. Oh, they hit their white. Ageless Guardian coming down. Now we could do a fight spell, but they don't to kill it. I guess we don't attack with the Silverquill Apprentice, however, because they could block it and then do the fight. Is that instant speed? Oh wait, no, that's only a sorcery. Alright, well we missed some damage there, potentially. Play a Swamp? Sure, why not? Next turn we can bring back Pilgrim of the Ages, if nothing else. We're a bit flooding out here. Oh. Looks like it's got the alphabet there. Uh-oh. Do they have a trick? Okay, sure. Our trample damage gets through. Now they can use the Guardian to kill... I don't know which one you kill. Probably the Apprentice. Stonerise Spirit is a bit of a threat. Yep, they're killing the Apprentice. Sure. Master Symmetrist, yeah. That has reach, which is important to remember because I forget that sometimes. Are they attacking? They're not. Let's bring back Footprint of the Ages. Oh, flooding out big time. Go ahead and send in the Spiteful Squad. They don't care to block it. One other plane's out of our deck. Play it since they know we have it. The question is, should we move this over to something? Giving Stonerise Spirit 3 toughness gives us another blocker, so I think we're doing it. We do lose the Expel. Brackish Trudge, not a concern. Oh, flooding out, flooding out. Didn't block this last turn. So, try it again. Now would I want to hold up Expel? I think opponent's not really going to go on the attack. I don't want to really waste my time moving that around back and forth though. Pass the turn. Probably should have just held the land back there. We don't really have any reason not to. We've got 3 cards in the graveyard, so we've got 3 chances to give our 3/3 flying. Really flooding out here. Okay, so if your opponent, you put the Brackish Trudge in front of the Spiteful Squad, probably. So let's exile a card from our graveyard. Make this fly. Oh, they've got to block with the Symmetrist. Puts our counters here on that. And let's make it extra hard to kill. We're not holding up Expel, but that's fine. We can take a big hit from opponent if they decide to turn the corner on us, and they don't. Okay. Well, I don't know that we had the strongest opponent, but that worked pretty well, so I think we're going to keep it going. Silverquill aggroing in Sealed to play first. Not the fastest of hands, but we will keep it. Got action. We got a guaranteed 4th land here. Hit our 4 drops. Things. What is our opponent? They've got the sleeves that say Lorehold, but they've got black in their deck. Okay. Getting all our 4 drops. I think we're gonna Pilgrim of the Ages here. Good opponent plays Overgrown Arch. Okay, well we actually will hit our 4th land. So let's just go with more power on board. We can play Dueling Coach into that. Again, it doesn't get us through the wall. This is like what you really want to have in Witherbloom, this Overgrown Arch too. A rough one for us to face. Hunt for specimens. Sure. We've got that card too. Which lesson are they going to get? It's trickier in sealed, right? Your lesson pool is just what it is. You don't get to high pick the good ones. They went and got the pest summoning, yep. A lot of people playing Witherbloom today. Huh. We'd have to lose our turn, but we can take out this wall. I'm gonna do it. Because I really can't have this wall just like constantly gaining them life. Plus they can cash it in for a card at some point, right? Yeah, or yeah, for learn. If the opponent wants to take it, they're going to block. I think that was worth taking a turn off from all these 4-drops. We could have double spelled it next turn if we drew a land, I guess. Maybe it was a bad play. We do get now the option to bring it back with Biblioplex Assistant. We've got a free attack, which they will take. Silverquill Command. That can bring back a creature. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. That's not good. So, to draw a card and bring back a creature would be good for us. We're going to get this Dueling Coach started here. Because it plays nicely with the Dusk Mage. Remember, Witherbloom next turn could be dropping a 5/5. Which is a big ouch. Already gumming up the ground pretty good with those pests. We're really going to be relying on our flyers here. So another reason not to play the flyers too early. If they have removal, they'll use it on our ground creatures. Our win conditions will be more intact. Okay, yep. Rare removal, no problem for opponent. Exiling too. Yeah, so I don't even get my card out of it. That is rough. We play Pilgrim. I can't really double spell. So Combat Professor. They might double block on the Dueling Coach. What about Silverquill Command? We could make the Dueling Coach a 5/5 flyer. Don't have a creature to return yet. We could draw a card and lose a life. Huh. I think we're just going to get down the Combat Professor and play a land. Pass the turn. Four mana 2/2 feels bad. Leyline Invocation. Okay, they got a 6/6. Target opponent sacrifices a creature is not going to be very useful. Plains is not very useful. Put down a chump blocker at least. Take action. For that. Fly in for 3. I can afford to take this hit right now. Need to get him low enough where we can get a big swing in with this. Unwilling ingredient. That could be another chump blocker. Silverquill command. Target creature mana value 2 or less. Move your graveyard to your hand. We don't have any of those. We could bring back the unwilling ingredient with it. Actually, we could play this Biblioplex Assistant it back on the next turn. That seems decent. Oh no. Undo. So let's draw a card and let's give a creature flying. The Dueling Coach flying and make us draw a card. You have to look at the colors of the modes on this. Drawing a plains is rough. I think if the opponent had something, they would have played it this turn, so... Gonna scry. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Oh, they scried to the top. So they may have gotten removal. Happily block with the unwilling ingredient. Play the Biblioplex Assistant, draw the Silverquill command. Yeah, we definitely don't want to attack on the ground. Yikes. Want to have instant speed exile? Get back our rare, thank you. And combat, plus up the professor. And they can attack with the Karok next turn. This deck appears to be quite weak to flyers. Get down the golem. They're thinking we're going to be able to duplicate the Silverquill command, but that's not true. There aren't two modes that target. You can target the same creature with it. So this does not combo with Reflective Golem. Oh, Zephyr Boots. They had to draw it, huh? Wow. What an unlucky top deck for opponent. there any way we can destroy? I think we just have to draw into Rise of Extus. So we'll use this to draw, use that to draw. They're going to put their 6/6 in the air. I guess we can make the Combat Professor big enough to kill the 6/6. Or to trade with it. I think you put the Karok in the air if your opponent. Because then they'd be at pseudo 7 life. Gives me a little bit better attacks, but I can make one of my creatures flying, right? So I can make the 2/3 flying. Yeah, they put the 6/6 in the air. Oh, and they're attacking? Okay, yeah, they're attacking because then they can just move it over to the Karok. Aggressive. Does mean I kind of have to win next turn. Pseudo 7. So the Karok trades with the Combat Professor. But then we get through for... Yeah, so no, the Karok would have to block the Reflective Golem. It would die. And then the... Biblioplex Assistant and the Combat Professor get through for 6. So they would be at 1. Rough. We can make the Pilgrim of the Ages go flying. Bring back the Unwilling Ingredient. I think we draw here just because we can draw into removal. We can also win. Fightful Squad, interesting. We can't play that and make us sacrifice it. We could eventually get out of hand with the Dueling Coach. Alright, so we're gonna +3/+3. Draw a card, lose a life. We'll make the Pilgrim of the Ages flying. That forces them to block it with the Moldering Karok, and then we can just keep back the Combat Professor and the Biblioplex Assistant. Oh, we should have left target a creature we control. Maybe the Reflective Golem. Should have left a black mana open. I didn't think about Lash of Malice. Put the Reflective Golem there. Well, did they just triple block on that? Maybe we don't do that. Maybe just get in with the Pilgrim of the Ages. Infused with Vitality, nice. Opponents just got us here. Can bring in our removal for the artifact. Master Symmetrist with reach too. Oh. Okay. Well, opponent definitely top decked what they needed, or slow played us very nicely. Oh, and they got trample. Yeah, that's probably game. Let's see. If we block that, we take 3 trample damage. Yeah, we're still dead. Okay. On to game 2. Let's check out our sideboard here. So, Beaming Defiance. We got 2 of those. We could really use those. The Expel, we could have used. The Rise of Exodus, we could have used. We just didn't draw them. Question is, do we want to splash green just to deal with that one? We didn't see any other artifacts or enchantments. Just the Zephyr Boots. But we could splash in green to take the Croson Grip. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Divine Gambit might be... Maybe we play Divine Gambit. What do we take out for Divine Gambit? I mean, do we think we're getting to the late game against them? Our goal is not to get to the late game, so maybe Divine Gambit is just not right. I think we're just trying to Agonizing Remorse that stuff out of their hand early enough on. We'll see. Witherbloom can grind. Can't say our deck like flooded out or anything. I don't know if we misplayed in terms of when we brought back that thing. I mean, they had the Resurrect card just at the exact right time. Definitely want to take out their Lifelinker. Definitely want to take out their Symmetrist. Need stuff on the ground to block all the pests. Maybe we spent too much of our own life drawing cards. Wow. Pretty fast hand. Want to take a mulligan? Acetona. Acetuna? Acetuna? Does that mean oil? Does that mean tuna? Well, we have a shot at Agonizing Remorse them now. I think we want to get on the board, though. Unlikely there's a 2-drop that we can't deal with. Flash of Malice, but we'll see. They're hunting for specimens. I think I might double spell next turn. If I can hit him for 4. Might be a waste of the Lash of Malice. Maybe it is. Maybe I just need some patience. Let's let them chump block. They went for Environmental Sciences, okay. That's quite a good card. Let's see. Environmental Sciences. So the fact that they went for that, they got 3, they got the Mage Hunter's Onslaught, the Pestilent Cauldron, the Daemogoth Woe Eater, the Tangle Trap. Huh. We could take out the Environmental Sciences. They're likely to draw into the 4th land. They're going to gain 2 life off of it. This guy's not much of a threat if they don't have pests, but this will give them pests. Alright, let's try the land destruction method here. Maybe they don't block with the pest because they need it around for the Woe Eater. Came ready with the Tangle Trap. Pestilent Cauldron, sure. Okay. Gonna whack in with the pest. They are. Oh, we're flooding out. Hunt for specimens. We got expanded anatomy. They just kill our creature though. I think we need to introduce prophecy. That's the turn. Okay, aggressive. Tangle Trap is not useful for them. Okay, they can play the demon. Yeah. So when this dies, we have to discard a card. They're going to draw a card, gain 2 life. Pretty rough. They can keep making pests indefinitely with the cauldron. If I was to lash the Woe Eater if it blocked the Apprentice, that would kill it, wouldn't it? Oh, Killian. Fortunately, I think we still want to do this. Beaming Defiance. Huh. This will draw that. They're gonna know something's up here. And what do they have? Bluffing the Daemogoth Woe Eater. Gonna take the damage. We'll hold up Beaming Defiance here. We got a chumper for the Woe Eater. So we really need to just get it in combat. Guess we could have played Killian there. The overgrown arch again. Our deck does not line up well against opponent's deck. At this point, I think I want to just... I'll save it. Other planes. Oh, they're going to give us a chance to do that. I think I want to save the Beaming Defiance, though, to eat their Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Oh yeah, we can just lash it, actually, after the fact. They're going to use their thing. Got their thing that saves things. Yep. Well, we've got Killian. I guess we're going to take a big 7-point hit here. Maybe we made the wrong pick. We should have just taken out the Woe Eater once we knew they had the Pestilent Cauldron combo. Trying to take out their lands was a bit optimistic. Not mage hunting. No blocks. Planning on making a pest to double block on Killian, I guess. We'll still attack because we want to get our lifelink. Whoa, Eater. I'm gonna call this Damogoth Joey Lawrence. Damogoth, whoa! A draw our, like, exile an attacking creature thing. Rides of Exodus would do it too. Goes with their regenerate. I wonder how many of these they had. It is common, huh? Pretty good combat trick. What are you up to, opponent? I don't think this is a good matchup for our deck. I don't think this is necessarily showing our deck is bad. It is a bit bad that we're at 6 mana because we don't have a lot of really good stuff. They made a pest. Okay. Could have done that at instant speed, right? They're trying to decide whether they want to kill Killian. Oh, what? Biograph? Okay. Sure. Opponents on the just totally take us out plan. They're all in. Draw something good, deck. Reflective Golem. That's interesting. So I could take another 7 hit. They can just keep discarding and making pests. They dropped the Mage Hunter's Onslaught, so I think they've read we've got a Beaming Defiance here. I'm gonna have to trade this for the Groff. Could have targeted Killian there. Reflective Golem. End turn. Okay, they're gonna eat the Arch though. Actually, so that's cool. Oh, it's using up their timer, huh? Maybe our plan is to run opponent out of time. Just play expediently. So they got to consider discarding this to the Cauldron. So no blocks. Oh, they played it? That's an oops. Oops. We're just gonna try to draw cards with it. Yeah, I guess I should take out, if I manage to get to game 3, I should take out the Biblioplex Assistant, because they're running Graveyard Exile. And Flyer Hate with their Tangle Trap. Okay, they sacrifice the Woe Eater. They get another threat in hand. Nine to 19. We're theoretically ahead on board. 25 cards in library, 24 in theirs. They can start milling us out with the Cauldron. We really need to turn the corner. I think like Combat Professor, Combat Trick, Poet's Quill. Yikes. They'll go get their lesson, make 2 pests. Come up the board. Not looking good for us. What do we get? Guiding Voice. Okay, well, this is pretty good actually. We'll just start spreading around the A2. And plus up the Dusk Mage also. Get expanded anatomy here. And pest summoning. We'll save the expanded anatomy to play on the reflective golem if it survives long enough. I got 2 chumpers. They want to use them. Three chumpers. Poet's Quill is one of the best. Opponent really opens a good. Verdant Mastery is not a great card. The opponent really opened a really good pool here. And Biblioplex Assistant is a great draw for opponent this late in the game. Gonna get the removal back, I guess. Mage Hunter's Onslaught, probably. We can't cast it yet, right? Oh, that's Tangle Trap. Okay. Interesting. They want to just kill the Reflective Golem. Land. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Let's help with pests. We'll send pests. Let's get plussed up. Pay. And the Dusk Mage, so they can. They gang up, they can kill the Reflective. Or can't kill the Dusk Mage. Yeah, well, that pest with the Silverquill Apprentice. That's just all attack, but keep back so just for now. Aha, we got 3 for 2. Clearly they're gonna pop that Poet's Quill on the assistant. Oh, we lost our our 2 best spells. Oh, nice. Just got to give him a nice for that. Alright, we really need like some removal to close out this game here, big time. Don't know what we have. Our people don't do it. They can mill us for 3 every turn. There are 10 cards in library. Honor Troll. And they're going to click that. Okay, Stonerise Spirit's interesting. Can't quite. If I did that, now I'm not going to. We could send in the Star Pupil. They're going to gain 3 life off of it. Pass the turn. I think we're basically dead though. something up in the air. We'd want it like First Strike or something to stop the lifelink. Witherbloom is looking very strong in Sealed, I have to say. Here they come. Oh, they're figuring it out. Maybe. Witherbloom Apprentice, okay. We're just gonna try to win that way. Opponent's got a bajillion ways to win. Only one in tap right to mill. Oh my goodness. It's such deep doo-doo. But can I take action and then fail to find? Let's just see what we've got left in the library. We've got 3 planes. Got a bunch of combat professors. We've got the Expel, the Biblioplex Assistant, the Eliminate would be good. Team Pennant might help. That's the turn. Oh, they drew some combat trick or something. Oh, like it. Maybe should have popped up something we didn't want to put at risk. Mill us for 3. Okay, we got hit unwilling ingredient. Combat Professor would have been good. Would have could have been good. Okay. Well, our Biblioplex Assistant is good. What's our best spell here? Rise of Extus? Probably Silverquill Command, because we can't play that and get flying. We do need removal, though. Then if they attack in, they're going to be able to mill it off. We can unwilling ingredient, I guess. Let's do 1 attacker. Block. Put this in my hand, thank you. Can't mill it. We still got 10 cards in the library. Oh my goodness. Milled us for 4. Oh, Combat Professor. I think we're just going to take out that Witherbloom Apprentice, though. And we can hunt for specimens. Oh, this is to exile from their graveyard. The Mage Hunter, I guess. And Magecraft. We don't have anything to get that is we can play. Is there any chance they have a hasty creature? I guess it doesn't matter if they do. Harp is beating. Wow! Opponent's down to 4 minutes on their clock, too. Okay. What a game. We did run him out of cards where Divine Gambit could have been good. I'm gonna bring it in. What got worse? The Biblioplex Assistant? Was the opponent like forgetting to draw cards with their Pestilent Cauldron, or they were just on the mill plan, I guess? Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop after this game. Whew. Mulligan. What do I put back? Oh, I like all these. That's good, that's good. We need a creature to put it on. Guess that makes a creature. Oh, do I have to put back the Combat Professor? You know what? I'm gonna put back a... Oh, no. Put back the Silverquill command. Okay, feeling good about keeping the land now. Specimens. Let's get Introduction to Prophecy to draw more cards. Catch up. We think we might need Pest Summoning. They have that Woe Eater. One of our ways is just to spin out the clock, right? So. Karok. Oh. Well, we could Guiding Voice, Agonizing Remorse. Let's see what's in their hand. Honor Troll and the Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Let's take the Mage Hunter's Onslaught. And we can't expel, so let's just plus this one up. Probably want Banded Anatomy now that we've removed their removal spell. No attacks. One has a lot of good top decks. We could have blocked with other 1/1 just in case. Troll, sure. Ah, Team Pennant. Cool. The Dueling Coach. No, just get down the Combat Professor. No attacks. Next turn we could Team Pennant and Anatomy, we could Dueling Coach, Team Pennant hold up Excel. Oh, they top decked removal. No blocks. Spiteful Squad, sure. Master Symmetrist. Hate that guy. Wow, Pilgrim of the Ages is interesting. I like that just to hit our lands here. Hunting for specimens. Annoying. I got the kill spell. I can take out the Spiteful Squad, but I'll get to plus something else up. Fortunately, it's going to be like the Pilgrim of the Ages. Oh, is it Exile? Wow, that's a good spell. No blocks. Rough. Okay, so we can Dueling Coach, but then we can't spell. We could Expanded Anatomy. Dueling Coach. Plus up the Dueling Coach. Well, it's scrying. Good sign. Pass the turn. See, there was a reason we held back that land. They scryed without knowledge that we could play Expel. Coming in. No hexproof, no indestructible. Indestructible doesn't matter. Land. Oh, mackerel. Huh. Okay, so we can eventually get there with the Dueling Coach. It's gonna be a slow process. They're down to 1:30 something on their clock. Clock is definitely a factor here. Aha! Nice. I think we'll just take that out now. Thank you very much. And we could even pop this pennant on the Pilgrim. That was a good top deck. Finally, we got a good top deck. Tangle Trap. Oh, well, okay. Didn't make much difference, although it hurts to lose that trample. Opponent now is just less than a minute left. They concede. Oh yeah. All right. Unfortunately, I have to like win every single game in this sealed to make our gems back. So, you know, but we're on our way. We are on our way. If you're, did I say like and subscribe and all that stuff? Definitely helps me out if you do that. If you're still watching. Statistically, most of you aren't. But for those of you who are, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Playing Strixhaven Sealed. Cablid. Abliad. Double combat, Professor. I like that. Hopefully we can draw some lands. Got a little bit of interaction. It's coming down. Coming down hard and fast. This does not stop anything. I think we'll just take some hits from this unwilling ingredient. Oh. Debbie? Don't have anything to reflect upon it. Ooh, Elite Spellbinder. Guessing Eliminate is gonna cost extra. Ah. Well, did the Combat Professor. Could expel Spellbinder. That way. Start getting in. Professor Zoomance. Buff this up. Now we're kind of stuck on mana. We're just going to pass and hope to expel the old professor. Coming downhill. Willing ingredients chipping in for lots of damage. That's what we could have gotten out of their hand. We've got a Beaming Defiance that doesn't get our Reflective Golem around blocking the Graph. So we're looking at taking a hit from the Graph here. Next turn, Beaming Defiance. Pretty ugly. Block. Getting out aggroed pretty hard here. Pretty hardcore. Another Professor Zoomancy. Oof. Just totally stuck on lands. Last turn, we're just gonna taking some serious hits. Oh, do we want to even show them we have Beam of Defiance, or should we just go to game 2? wanted that 4th land more. Take out their last card at this point. We just gotta trade for the Strixhaven Sealed and hope to draw something. Hey, it's a 4th land. Yeah. Do the combat professor. And we can do the Spiteful Squad. Keep getting the unwilling ingredient, yeah. Huh. This lets us get their last card. Action. See what your last card is, opponent. It was a swamp. What do we not want back? First, I suppose. Oof. Nice top deck from opponent. Game is just over. We need like some kind of board wipe. Unwilling ingredient is just going the distance against us. Yeah, do we want to even show them anything? No. Let's just go to game 2. See what the old sideboard has to offer against Witherbloom aggro. Dusk Mage, maybe? Beam Defiances are good against their removal. They did kind of play out their hand fast. Wonder if Divine Gambit. I think Divine Gambit might be more of a turn 3 play. We can just take out that. Where is it? Agonizing Remorse. Right. See if we can be the aggro deck this time. Oof. 2 1-drop plays. Really have to hit the lands though. Mulligan into Oblivion here. So put the bottom 2 cards, so just put 4 drops down. Why not? Let's see if this ink duelist can get us there. We should have put a land down, but flooding out. Flooding. Got a frog. Faced with frog. I don't know if we ever play this swamp here. Okay. can we get? I think we need to get Protection to Prophecy, but there's also Expanded Anatomy. This I scried to this turn. Wow. Gonna be one of those draws. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. We've got essentially 0 cards in hand. Can't even say we're ahead on board. Okay, we've got the rare. Gonna get him a card. Good for us. Team Pennant, that's interesting. Could attack in, but I don't think I want to attack in just yet. I want to wait until I can throw in a combat trick. Problem is they're just going to double block with 2 pests now. Take this one. What? Sure. Oh, we win double spell that targets it. Put this on Killian. If I attack in, I have to trade the Professor of Zoomancy for Killian, but that doesn't seem that good. I guess there's an argument to be made for removing creatures for them to sacrifice. Oh, I had good removal in their pool. Got our pump. I like sacrificing the board. As far as they did that, they had the 2 pests summon. And they had Rise of Extus. Alright, well, good game. I'll do this and just hope to draw into something better. 2 for 1 myself. Already down so many cards. Land, land, land. Ah. Be playing your rares, opponent. You don't need them. Should just concede here. A limited amount of time, so let's just go to the next game. This one was not for us. against Sandoich. Again, a very slow hand. At least we've got mana. Draw for us. They paused there like they want to consider a bolt. Perfect. Flash our own inflected golem. Flash their shaman. Get in for a huge hit. That was worth the tempo loss of not getting down another creature here. And they missed their land drop. Professor. We can get a block on Silverquill Apprentice if they want. Nope. Infuriate. Wow, okay. The golem already did its business. Well, it looks like they have kind of an aggro Prismari deck. Good to see. See some aggro after all this control that we've faced. Buff up the ground creature. Hope they don't have that same play. Install. He's digging for whatever they can get. We've got the 3 in the air with the combat professor, so there. Good for them. But we too got removal. Learn. Let's get something that tells them nothing, such as fractal summoning. On to game 2. Alright, so didn't really see creatures. No, they had, well, Twin Squirrel Shaman. Infuriate. Gonna be rough to deal with. We have our own combat tricks or removal. I think Agonizing Remorse is going to be good here, probably. Flying Gambit could be good. Dusk Mage is interesting. I feel like the dueling coach seems kind of outmoded. Alliance. The Remorse. sand oinch once at the beach. It was quite uncomfortable. Oh yeah. I like this hand. I think we still play Killian first. So it might eat removal. Oh. Ensure a land drop. I think we... That puts 2 power on the board, that puts 2 power on the board, that puts 2 power on the board. Sure, a land drop. We cannot double spell. This will put the reflective down because we have a lot of good draws with it. Next turn we can double spell. Not kidding. Don't blame them. Hopefully this can would work for us. Armbat Professor. I think we just make them sacrifice a creature and give something +3/+3. Do we win? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So target creature gets +3/+3. Target opponent sacrifice creature. Really matter what creature we do. I figured it out. Alright. 3-1. Going for the big money, aka just recouping what we put in to this sealed draft. Show you the payouts here. If my machine can hurry up. Or the server. So 0 wins, 200 gems back of your 2,000. 1 win, 500 of your 2,000. 2 wins, 1,200 of your 2,000. That's okay, maybe. We're at 3 wins. We're already 1,800 of our 2,000, but we don't get our full payout back unless we win 4, in which case we only go up 200. So it's a terrible, terrible expected value in this. Anyways, but we have a chance to actually make gems off of this. You do get a lot of packs when you play sealed. So, let's go to the next game. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Final match, win or lose. Appreciate everybody who likes and subscribes. Who's on the play? Keep this. We would have rather not had 4 lands. Got to play on turn 1 and 2 plays on turn 4, but got a lot of draws in here. Side of the curve. Haven't played our star pupil much. Okay. Looking out for you, opponent. Save that for the Firefly squad. Oh, just all the 4-drops. Alright, do we need to cut like 4-drops in this deck? Do we need to get rid of the Dueling Coach? Crazy. Because I'm inclined to drop the Dueling Coach first and see if that will equal. I hate this guy's just sitting there. Now we get a 3-drop. Put down the reflective golem. No, because there was a chance to double spell with the reflective golem. Make it 3/3, 4. Opponent missing land drops over there. Came out hot. The little pet Cody, the Codex. Leanest. Does that mean laughter? Flunking it? Okay. That's fine. That's the one we wanted you to kill. And I guess we'll hold up eliminate. In case they get a pump spell or something. Right now the Leech Fanatic is actually making it harder for us to erase. Charge through. Huh. Draw that card. Biblioplexus. We could just get that right back. Let's play the combat. Attack here. Start turning the tide before opponent stabilizes. Opponent has had no shortage of plays here for 2 mana. They've played something every turn. The Biblioplex Assistant is a 2-for-1, but they go for the Spiteful Squad. Interesting. They have something they want to attack on the ground with. We should have bumped up the Combat Professor. No. Eliminate back on top of the library. We'll let them know we have nothing in hand. That is thinking hard. Definitely Witherbloom is not the deck we want to see, like a Witherbloom aggro. That was what beat us before. Cramp Session, gaining lots of life, draining from us. They get Affliction to Prophecy. They've got card advantage for sure. Aged. Rough. We need to draw straight gas off the top here. Opponent is got us down to 9. They hit us a couple times early. Oh right, maybe we should have killed that knowing that was going. life. I didn't have a pump spell there. Age, promising. Main combo, dueling coach. Graveyard. 2/3 does stop a lot of their board. 2/2 there, the 2/2 there. Ooh, we got a 5/5. Yikes. What they were digging to get to. Plus, that's just going to gain them life. They have one. Okay. Not looking good. Not looking good, folks. No block this turn. Hope that we top deck that removal. Sweet, sweet removal. Bottomed. Bone Rise. Maybe we should have planned to jump with the golem. Bone Rise can launch something big into the air at a later point. Do we have anything big? I don't think we do. So they were definitely afraid of the Spiteful Squad. Blood Researcher, sure. Combo with the Witherbloom Pledge Mage. A Chumpet. Silverquill Apprentice. Lure. On the knife's edge of dying here. Argument because our chances of winning are so low here. We have to sacrifice that. Now we can't even block the Blood Researcher. Successfully. Oh, that's got Menace anyway. This game. Guess we could have waited and see if they played a card. Alright. Well, opponent has lots of removal. The Dusk Mage is better than the Dueling Coach. And we consider playing the Detention Vortexes. We're just going to try to win fast. Duplex Assistant. They were a bit weak to flyers. I think it's justified. We can take out Agonizing Remorse. And we can put in Dooming Defiance. Let's try to do the aggro plan. We're behind the 8 ball here. We're still gonna get most of our gems back and have a winning record. So not gonna feel that bad. Ah. We'd have to draw land like the rest of the game. Shuffler, shuffler, shuffler. Yeah, it's kind of like a mulligan with the Rides of Exodus there, so. Bottom of land here. Invasive creature down. Nope, they've got their remove color. Pausing too, they've got some kind of information. Hunting for specimens. Don't want to play this probably until they're tapped out. I'm thinking really hard about this card. So there's expanded anatomy. I smell they have removal, in which case we're going to want introduction to prophecy. It would be good to just kill him with the expanded. Expecting. They didn't fire off any removal there. Big land drops though. Okay, they're tapped out. Good sign. Gonna buff off the unwilling ingredient. Now I wish we had gotten the... Huh, okay, well we could buff up the Stone Rise Spirit and then it lines up with... You know what? We can buff up both of them. Doing a big swing here. Five? No. Gonna eliminate. Okay. Oh, and they had a mage too. Wow. Great turn for opponent, and we just drew a plane. We need a creature. Can't cast that creature, so may as well draw Beaming Defiance and draw the creature next to it. They're not our best creature either. One turn too late on the Beaming Defiance, wow. On this, charge through, sure. I think we've given away our that we have a combat trick. Okay. Look at that thing. Okay. Block. Play the best mage, and we'll go ahead and do that card. Sure. Our opponent is playing the all removal that deck. Tell me something good. Ooh. feel like, yeah, we're gonna play this first. What can we put back on top of our library? For specimens? Do we have anything left in our learn board that's that exciting? Do we want to get back expanded anatomy? Actually, it's gonna be a bit annoying because you can't double spell with it. Professor? Their last card is removal. He is in the opponent's eye face. Two lands to the bottom, thank you very much. Oh, I didn't mean to all attack there. Probably a bad trade. Turn target creature with mana value. Urgent sequence. Okay. A 2/2. Oh, combat professor, combat professor. Mind if I do? We got lethal. Now we go to game 3 on it. Show them the Silverquill command. Whoa. Freezing up there. We're gonna be on the play. Well, I like this build. Worked a little bit better against them. They're quick to fire off their removal. It'll be harder when they're coming downhill with threats on board. Wow. I mean, kind of have to take a mulligan. Shuffler. Sometimes the shuffler just doesn't want you to win. It's not terrible. We got a 2-drop. We got removal. I don't have any double black, double white. We got more white in hand. I'd love to play this on 4 so I could play it and getting voice it. Kill that. Huh. Yeah, I guess we still put out the dust mate. We'll probably be able to get the blood researcher to do a 3/3. Well, we can't block it anyways, it's menace. So I'll probably buff it up and then we can kill it. A good card, blood researcher. do hope to draw a hand. Huh. Interesting. It's like they read that had expel. Standard anatomy. We've got some protection for it. We can kind of build a super creature here. And it's annoying for opponent because if they kill it, draw a card. Hard. They're tapped out. I don't think you want to jump with your Blood Researcher. Take the 3 opponent. Alright, well. It might take the Beaming Defiance. So. 2+2. True, sure. Guess they could have the Mage's Duel here, but that's not instant speed, is it? Well, I can't kill my guy anyway. See you later. Yeah. Play this down pre-combat. This. Five fives and 5/5s. This mage down, sure. Ugh. It's so bad. So bad. Hope opponent's sitting on a bunch of land too. Not a scry land though. Yikes. Attack with the Silverquill. Try to do this. Alright, but they have to worry about a crackback. They're at 6. Of course, we know they have tons of game life. If they drew a kill spell, and decide what to kill. Reflective, oh, that's fun. Pass that with a lash, become 5/1 for the Silverquill. This. We really need our flyers. Inked. Definitely stabilized here. We need some flyers. Prophecy, sure. Lands. Huh. Good attack with decent crackback here. Now they're at 10. Now they don't worry as much. Running. Knights is 12. Take a rune. Definitely stabilized. Why, deck? Why? Can take some hits from the Inkling. Like hand with all opening lands. The middle of our deck is all lands. We've hit 9 of our 16 lands way through the deck. I guess that's not that ridiculous, but throw some gas here, come on. The opponent isn't. Should I go ahead and take this hit, or should I kill that? One less thing for the sacrifice. Like rip my combat professors off the top here. We can chump with the Dust Mage. Pilgrim of the Ages. Well, we're at the stage where we can loop Pilgrim of the Ages. That's so much mana. Maybe they don't attack with the Daemogoth. They did burn up their trample spell, which is good. Hunt. Plus. Quite a stalemate of a game. But none of the marbles. Introduction to Prophecy. Test summoning. I mean, the ground is pretty gummed up at the moment. Summoning will gum it up further. Yeah, I'm just going to try to get flyers and break through. Ah, Spiteful Squad Rise of X. Yeah. Close, please. Now they're scrying. Oh. What we really need is an invasive creature to turn the tide here. I don't know if any of these are actually that big of a threat. I think we should save this for if they get a flyer blocker. Try to win in the air. They've already used their agonizing remorse. Right? Unlikely they have to. Cards in deck, they got 14. Ooh. Guy is a clock. Sure. Pennant. Why not? Put it on. Mage. Still have good double blocks on it. I guess if we made the 11-10. Fire someone in the deck. These last 14 cards. Cool. Card. And it's a land, of course. And a star pupil. That. A blocker. Oh, you got your clock upon. Minutes? 14? Also win by a clock here. Flip up. Fight the squad. this point, I think it's a battle of run out of cards. Bit of a stalemate here. Pick up the Scryland though. Almost got all our lands here. Urgency. Need our flyers. We need some of our hexproof. We got 2 more Dream Defiances left in there. Fortunately, the Stonerise Spirit is in the graveyard. There's a flyer. Huh. So would I like to Rise of Exodus, Biblioplex Assistant it back? I think I would. Opponent. That's the fractal. Something that's the best thing to cast, I think. Thank you. Could have attacked with the Spiteful Squad and tried to move the counters over. That would have been something. The Spiteful Squad might be holding back some of their attacks. Better by summoning, yeah. Okay. You see the writing on the wall here. So let's see Magath. 6/6. Count for 5 full. Card left in hand. I'm inclined to try and kill it with this. And Pilgrim of the Ages can actually trade to Mythic. Up the team pennant. There's an argument for putting it on Killian. We Rise of Exodus and Pest Summoning. Sure can. loot. Trying. We're trying to run down our clock. Attic, sure. Not with the graph. With the leech. Of course, we got a land. Like, test this for nothing. Hanging. Do they have some activation? They must have an instant. I guess they've got the scry. Hanging because of the scry. We have 9. Trying. Draw what they needed. Oh, they did. We have more flyers in the corner on it. Right, because they need to leave back enough blockers, Killian. There's our Beaming Defiance. Okay, so they could just block enough on Killian. Attack with the Reflective Golem. Then they have to double block on Killian. Single block on the Reflective Golem. Attack with everybody. Then a double block on Killian trades with both of their guys. Down. Seems pretty. Up. Trample here. A lot. Enough to play. Single swamp left in deck. And 6 cards in deck. This is epic. If you're still watching, leave a hashtag epic for this game. This battle. Rian 11. Well played. Let's see if the biograph. Did they draw that out of their deck? Can't block Killian. Okay. Wow. Alright. Max in the wins. We had some hard fought battles though. It wasn't like this deck was like super overpowered, just cruise to victory. Obviously sometimes when you're playing aggro like this, you get to catch opponents on the back foot. Our second to last match was sort of like that. But yeah, Silverquill. The 17 lands data saying Silverquill is the winningest deck in Sealed. Do not doubt. Do not doubt it. Star Pupil was pretty meh. I think we could have done without that. I liked Unwilling Ingredient. Team Pennant was critical there at the end. I do think these kind of hand disruption spells are a lot better in Sealed, like Agonizing Remorse. Glad we played that. I don't know that we ever like totally wrecked somebody with it, but I think we got value most of the time. There was a couple times that was like bad draw for us. I think overall positive. These Beam Defiances are great. People are running tons of removal. The fact that we had 3 of them in our pool was good. Divine Gambit, we didn't really risk it that much with Divine Gambit. Maybe we could have. I like Expelled here, even though it's an aggro deck. Because it's sealed, we just got to run the removal that we got, and we got an Expel. Pilgrim of the Ages there at the end when we flooded out was great. The best Pilgrim of the Ages has been for me. I've kind of found it to be a bit overrated, 2-1 for 3. That grabs you a land, but in this case it was quite good. And there were a couple times it grabbed us that 4th land that we needed, because we actually were pretty stacked here in the 4-drop slot. I think the Dueling Coach drew a lot of removal, so it's hard to say how good it was. It just never got to sit out and kind of do its thing. That last game, you know, with our board stall, maybe it would have been good. Biblioplex Assistant was actually pretty darn good. You can see that people are playing a lot of these Witherbloom decks. They don't have flyer blocking. Rise of Exodus with Biblioplex Assistant was just backbreaking that last game. And Killian, all-star of the deck. 2/2 lifelink menace. Spells you cast that target creature cost 2 less. Just total value package there, and uncommon. Reflective Golem, we got to double up the Lash of Malice. I don't think in this match we ever got to double Guiding Voice, but it's a really good one to double. We got to double Beaming Defiance. I like Reflective Golem. And the Combat Professors, I love. Silverquill Command was great. Spiteful Squad was okay. That's my evaluation. If you're still watching and you haven't left a hashtag, you haven't hit that like button or dislike button, do so now. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. I have been Manadad. Remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.